We are recording. Good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody doing? So I know it's been a couple weeks since Kim and myself haven't done our show. We've been a little busy, but we figured we'd jump on for a couple quick minutes to go over some things.
Yeah, so we just got back from Salt Lake City like last week or the week before. What a trip. We had so much fun. I am actually in coin jail right now.
I'm in coin jail too. Rent's gotta get paid.
But we have some great, updates and let you guys know that first of all, the whole thing, the one thing that I got away from the event is the power of this company that it has over helping families and people's lives change.
Yes.
Me and Jerry met people that knew the founders from way back, even before they started this company. And to hear like the value and the reputation and the character of these people, even out of business, was amazing. Oh, Jerry has pictures.
That's just the 7K Today site where
yeah, and you guys can go
good information
anytime.
there.
Yeah, you guys can go anytime to 7ktoday.com and take a look at the different coins coming out. They just started this, so the little reports that we get every month when we get our coins that are really great with information. And so yeah, me and Jerry had a great time learning about the company, seeing where the company's going. We got to meet Miles Standish. What a character. He is just an amazing person through and through. And him and his wife have a foundation, and they're helping kids go through the emotional side of having the support when they have to go to the doctor or go through any kind of therapies, or if they have a disease, having support there for people that understand how to communicate with them and help them through the process. So that's amazing. I know I had some dentist issues when I was a kid. I hear that drill now and I want to run. But
yeah, a lot of these kids are born with like missing a ear and stuff. So the foundation helps them get through the fears when they have to go get the surgery done, so they can look, as they say, a normal person, but nobody's normal. But the stereotype.
So we were able to support that by getting some coins, and this is the coin that we bought. It's really cool. Like, it's really tiny. Like, it's gold. It's
very hard.
A half gram of gold. Yeah. So this is my first gold coin.
A half a gram.
I'm like so excited.
Half gram gold.
Yep. And then on the back, see, Jerry will show you the front, and this is what it looks like.
We both finally.
Yep. So this is what
it's a little hard to see on the camera, but it does look a lot better in person.
Yeah. So Miles Standish, those are
got a better picture there.
Yeah, those are his initials right there. So he actually creates these. Like he's the creator of he's like the architect, I say, of the
designer.
Yeah, designer. Like, it's just
the designer.
Yeah. And then we also, another thing we got, this is what I got for being a part of a contest, and then they actually had them for sale. So I got one of those, and then I got one like Jerry, which is so much fun. This one.
So this has had this is called a silver certificate. It has 5 grams of silver. That's the silver right there. Now, as you can see, the queen's in a lot of these things because it comes from the Cook Island mints. So, and they're still under British control. So that's why the queen is in a lot of these different coins and stuff. But it's amazing. This has the old towers on the back and then the new towers on the front. They did show, a little short video of 9/11, at the training. A lot of people got emotional, especially me. It hits home. I was, lived 18 miles from the World Trade Center site. I was a senior in high school when it happened, 18 years old. So I remember like it was yesterday.
Yeah, it's like it's.
But it's they want to come out. So they wanted to come out with this stuff before September 11th because they didn't want to make money on September 11th. So that's why they released a lot of this stuff early. There's also a nice 5-ounce coin that came out. Me and Kim couldn't afford that coin, but that completes the series. But you could go to 7k.com, click on the Miss Liberty series, and it'll show you the whole 4 coins that are available, that were available. They're all sold out now.
And me and Jerry finally got to walk stage. So we got our certificates and it was really cool. They give you a coin. So I got a 1 ounce silver coin. Jerry got a 1/2 ounce because he reached that first level called associate. Yay! And this company,
And this
they
is a
announced,
very popular coin.
yep. And this is the ox, which I heard a whole story around the ox. So I'm going to do a video on that. 'Cause
That's
I
a,
think
I love that coin.
yeah. But what's really
This
cool, right?
is the African wildlife elephant.
See, so we got our certificate, we walked stage, we got to meet the founders, which was amazing. And the other night on the Zoom that we watched, they announced they gave out, so every time you walk stage and reach a different level in the company, of course your
Right.
yeah, your rank goes up as well as how much you can make per week. And then also what was really cool is we get the certificate, we get the coin, but we've got to walk stage. Like me and Jerry have been doing other companies and we've never got to walk stage. That's addictive. Like I'm like, I gotta do that again. That'd be so much fun.
Yes.
So we are on fire. We're ready to help people. And we even saw a group from Hawaii. So there was a whole group from Hawaii, like to imagine what they had to go through to get there. Like, first of all, being in a plane that long, me and Jerry had like not that short of a flight, but that was hell. Like, ugh. But we'll get past that. But
It's
yeah,
probably,
so,
it was, I'd probably say about a 8 to 12, like depending. So I remember when I flew from Texas to Hawaii, that was an 8-hour flight. So I'm thinking maybe another 4 hours to get to Utah.
uh-huh. Yeah, and they did a cultural dance for us. I'm trying to find somebody that recorded that because I would love to show that to people. Because one thing this company is doing is bringing the cultures back together and connecting. I think that's amazing in network marketing. A lot of people are wanting a community to plug into. And me and Jerry today are going to our mentor, Alicia Kaufman, and we are going to go to her house and get trained and invite people in and show the presentation. But that's what it's all about, is creating a way to connect, create a community where we can grow and support each other. And that's another thing that I love about this company too. So what are some takeaways that you got from this weekend or last weekend?
Biggest thing is just how supportive everybody's in the company, no matter what their rank is. You know, the top people in the company, they'll sit there and talk with you. They actually came out with this new thing. It's called Stack and Sell. It's a website right now. We're in the beta version. Only people that went to Salt Lake City have the beta of this. But this thing is going to change the coin industry. It's amazing what this thing does.
Yeah. So I have 2 on there for sale. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, it's a lot of fun. I put some of our coins in there for sale as well as in the group, because we have a Facebook group where other members post their coins. And the biggest thing me and Jerry hear from anybody looking at this, they're like, okay, I get a coin. Now what the hell do I do with it? Like, I can't just take it into Publix and say, here's for my groceries, $40. It doesn't work that way. But what me and Jerry have learned is on the collector part, collectors, like, Bitcoin has only been around a certain time. Collecting gold and silver has been inherited through
5,000 years.
Yeah, centuries.
5,000.
I know, it's centuries.
5,000 years.
Crazy.
Gold has been around for.
It's crazy. So like, there's people out there that you show a coin and they're like, oh my God, I got to have that whole series. And the company right now has the animal state series. So we get an animal or a state every month. So if somebody comes in like next month, they missed out on all those states. And if they want to collect the states, they have kids that they want the whole collection for. Like they'll reach out to you and be like, hey, I want your coin. And they'll send us cash through our Sound Money wallet, but then that money goes right into backed by gold and silver. So it's a win-win no matter what we do with our coins. And that's a lot of fun. So
Now
me
that
and
looks
Jerry,
pretty cool.
and they're in Utah.
Yeah, that looks
just
pretty
to
cool.
show- Just to show too.
Yeah, that's what.
So we went down to the gift shop and we're staying at the Sheraton, and down in the gift shop, they have these. Jerry knows a little bit more about these. He can explain it, but it was so cool. We actually, as a company, went down there and bought out the store basically a few different times because I mean, we're all about the shiny things and, you know, currency, and to teach people there's different ways out there. And Utah actually uses this. Like you could actually in Utah go into Publix and say, here, I want to give you this for my groceries. And this one is about $30. So that's really cool. So Jerry can tell you a little bit more about the background and how those work.
So pretty much this is a go back. This is real gold. It's they do some kind of chemical electronic process to put the gold onto the plastic. So this is 1/1000th of 24 karat gold. So that's probably worth about $10 worth of gold. It says $1, but it's worth about $10. Now this is a voluntary currency. It's up to the store if they want to accept it or not. But like Kim was saying, we actually saved this girl's business that weekend by buying all these gold backs from her because one of the founders came on stage to let us know that. So that's pretty cool. Because of our company, we actually helped another small business stay in business. Yeah, they're just pretty cool. So these are available. Utah. This is the Utah. This is Nevada. Then they also have a New Hampshire, but the New Hampshire was sold out because me and Kim went back the next day. And she's like, no, we're all sold out. You know,
But
it's
that
pretty
was really
cool, you know.
cool.
So this was actually my first piece of gold I owned before I actually bought the gold coins that we bought. And this is just more just a conversation piece, just just to get people's interest. But then when these went for sale, I actually bought 2 of them because these are definitely going to go up in value. Most collectible coins go up usually about 8.8% per year. That's just historically. There's no guarantees on that or nothing like that. Just historically. But silver and gold is definitely where you want to be. As you know, the U.S. dollar sucks. You can see with the gas prices. Lumber has, I think, doubled since last year, which is crazy. It used to take me $25 to fill up my car. Now it takes about $45 to fill up my car with the gas prices. Especially Kim, because she delivers for a living too. So that's definitely hitting your bottom line.
Yep. But things are on the horizon, and I even went in for an oil change. And while the guys were working on my oil, I was able to say, hey, do you guys know the importance of gold and silver? They're like, yeah, it's jewelry. I go, no, dude, listen to this. Like, our dollar means nothing. But wouldn't it be cool if you could move the dollars that you can actually like make right now and move it into something that is backed by gold and silver? Gold and silver is the only currency historically for 5,000 years that increases in value. It never decreases, like it doesn't just go away. And literally, if you look at the debtclock.org, I think it is,
I believe so.
debtclock.org, you'll see you of what gold and silver is supposed to be. And it's not $20-$30, it's thousands. So even I always tell people that there was I forget his name, but he was in the financial business, and he basically said that if every American would go out and buy 4 ounces of silver, which right now it's like 120, 150 bucks, they would actually drain the Federal Reserve. And that scares a lot of people because a lot of people believe that's all we need, but it's really not, because if we drain the Federal Reserve, we as Americans could actually have control over our finances and our futures and our legacies for our family. But they don't teach that in school. They teach you to go get a job just over broke.
I don't know if everybody knows they're actually changing the Silver Eagle this year. So this is the Silver Eagle right now. Front staying the same.
Mhm.
This is the back, which has the arrows and the olive branch, and obviously the eagle's always facing towards the olive branch because that means we're in the time of peace. Anytime the eagle's facing the arrows, that means we're in a time of war. But I find it pretty interesting. The whole new design doesn't even have that on the back anymore, which is pretty interesting. So this is going to be the new design, which is coming out, I believe, next month. So this is going to be the new back of the Silver Eagle.
And it has changed. It's been 100 years since the time that it's interesting how all of this is happening, and it's even showing in our money. Different changes are coming. Another thing, me and Jerry are in a numismatics group, and the U.S. Mint just came out with these the other day.
Yes,
And
the Morgans.
yeah, and it was really
I
interesting.
think
to
it's
see-
the 50-year anniversary or the 100-year
yeah,
anniversary.
so they had what we do as a coin drop, but they let people get
Don't
like
you have
10
a-
sets.
Didn't you win a Morgan from Salt Lake City?
Oh, yes, yes. So they let people get more. This is an older Morgan. So this is what an 1880 Morgan looks like.
Such a pretty coin.
Yeah. And I'm going to get this made into a necklace. But see the eagle? It's different. It's carrying the olive branches and it's looking to the left. Interesting. Because it was a time of war.
And I believe this came after the Morgan, which is the peace dollar.
Mm-hmm.
This is a 1922 one.
And they are making new ones of that too. But it was really interesting to see these people, how displeased they were with the US Mint, because the US Mint let the big wigs get like a lot of coins, and it didn't leave much for people that have been collecting these for like forever. Like, you know, they want the collection for their kids, and it's 100-year anniversary, a new coin. And you know, it was interesting to see how the US Mint kind of treated people, and then how we are being treated as a company in 7K, and the comparison, there is none. And we were both like reaching out to people and saying, hey, because a lot of them are like, you know, screw this, I'm done collecting, I hate this, I'm not doing this again, this is what they do to us every time. And we're reaching out and saying, hey, you know, they're not the only person out there doing coins. We'd love to share what we're doing. And listening to how the company was saying other companies are watching us and they're like, we want your sound money wallet. We want your, you know, this and that. And we're like, no, like that's our company. Like that's our baby. And other places are like, kind of irritated the way that we're making our coins, because we have coins that NGC specifically lets us make. And even the people at NGC, when we came out with the coin for 9/11 and
well, not NGC, it's the mints. NGC just grades the coins. It's the mints
right,
that
but
allows.
the people that were at NGC working,
They want the coins, yes.
they were like, oh my gosh, like we always see your coins come through. This is the one we want.
Yes, this one they want nuts over. But you know, NGC told them, well, you have to be a member of 7K to buy them. So
Yeah.
that's the nice thing about the 7K membership is having exclusive access to coins like this. Miles Stanges, he's an awesome guy, you know.
And he's the president of NGC. So he himself knows
Nice
what's
president.
going on in there. Yeah, but he, you know, he's a part of that company. So he can, you know, let us know what's going on. He can watch over our coins and make sure things are going well. And then he's part of our company and giving back. Just his spirit is just, he's funny. Like he is a funny character. I thought he was just funny on Facebook, but oh, in person, he's hilarious. He is such a great spirit. But yeah, so we are always here to answer any questions. Trust me, we learned a lot this last week. We're excited to share it with people, because seeing how people are signing up their kids and building, you know, a legacy for their kids is just amazing. Somebody said the other day, we need to start talking about comparing the Sound Money wallet for a kid, like a child to build a legacy or for future compared to a college,
The college
fund.
fund.
Yeah, a college fund. And it's like, yeah, oh my gosh, like your college fund doesn't increase.
It's called,
you know?
I believe it's called a college 501 is the account that you can get with your employer to put money, which is pre-tax.
Yep,
But that's, college, I could get into a whole another Zoom
I
about
know.
that because I've been in that industry for 18 years. I see a lot of things I don't like, certain things, I can't say because I work for the industry, so I get in trouble. So once I quit though, that'll be a whole Zoom I'll do on that.
Nope. But yeah, and Jerry did a Zoom on the Bitcoin and kind of what's out there. And yeah, it's a great thing, but a lot of us have seen it. I saw 700 in my account, then I saw 200, and I was just like,
Well,
well, I'm not relying on this.
the biggest thing why cryptocurrency is dropping so much is because China's trying to outlaw it now.
I wonder why.
So Bitcoin was at 63,000 a couple weeks ago, and if internet will work today, it is at 34,000 right now.
Yep.
It's trust me, when I was getting involved in Bitcoin with Kim, it was at 1,700. But trust me, it's had a lot of growth since then. But
And
you know,
those that just want to like let it sit there and let it build again, let it do that. Just like don't look at it every day. I'm letting my XRP grow because I know that's gonna go
yeah,
crazy.
the biggest thing is always make sure you take a profit. Like what I'm telling all of my friends out in cryptocurrency is take that profit, buy precious metals with it.
Exactly.
Do not put that money in the bank because you're actually losing money because of the way inflation goes up every year and the value of the dollar goes down. So you're
And
actually
you work
losing money.
hard for that money. You know that song. You work hard for your money. You work hard to pay your bills, things like that. I wish it wasn't that hard, and we can help you make it not that hard because you can put a little bit, like you put in Bitcoin, hoping that it goes up and down, but you can put a little bit in your Sound Money wallet. It's backed by gold and silver, and it increases with gold and silver. So it's not rocket science.
And you can just leave the cash in there too if you want. You can actually call customer service. They'll send you, it's called a Pioneer card. It's like a debit card. So you can use it at stores and stuff. There's probably a little fee, But the same thing with cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency, a lot of the different exchanges have a debit card now that's linked to your crypto.
Yep.
It's the wave of the future,
Yep, digital. We're going there. And if you haven't looked into the quantum financial system, you might want to because that's where we're going. And don't worry, we've always been taught that like relying on the internet and anything that can be manipulated for bad can always be flipped for good. That's the name of the game.
The quantum financial system is backed by silver.
Yep.
Silver is also in a lot of electronics. It's in your cell phones. It's in computers. They used to use gold, but gold's so expensive. So now they changed over to silver, and they actually realized silver is a better conductor than gold.
Yep.
So
silver is the wave of the future.
You actually have people that go to different garbage dumps, find all the electronics, and they'll melt down all the silver and gold and make money off of melting down
Not
the silver.
that desperate yet, but
yeah, but yeah, there's people that do that. That's usually like third world countries and stuff like that. People that are. But that's why Kim and me are on here yet to just to give people another source of income. Because nowadays you need multiple sources of income to survive. It's not like back when our parents one worked to support the whole household and that's it. Don't live in those ages anymore, unfortunately.
Yep. Kind of interesting how everything is changing, but we're changing with it and we're getting smarter because we're educating each other. And that's what me and Jerry are all about. We just want to let you know that there are different ways that you don't have to sit there and pray for a stimulus to come through to get you by or rely on anybody because it's interesting.
I know most people just did the taxes because tax day was May 17th this year. So if you want, take 200 or 500 of those funds.
And there's a new set of stimulus coming out. So when you get those, you can take a little bit reach out to me or Jerry, and we'll help you like get set up. Less than $300 or $400 to start.
Yeah.
Like it's amazing. And we're not stopping because we really like the silver. That's why we're
And
in jail.
and the paychecks are nice.
Yeah, it is. Like we get paid. We have a way that we are able to get paid by helping other people learn about this, and we can get paid weekly. Some of the people in the company are, making a lot because they've helped a lot of people. Me and Jerry just learned that we're like 6 degrees of separation from one of the founders, and I've never been that close in any company to
Actually, the
having
founder
a
that
foundation.
had this is his child, where he went into Costco 20 years ago,
Yep.
asked Costco if they sold Silver Eagles at wholesale or bulk order, whatever you want to call it. And they're like, no. And that's when this idea popped into his head. Then he got with the guy that used to own Melaleuca. He's a 2-time billionaire. So he was pretty much the guy that said, okay, here's the money. Do what you need to do to make this company happen. And that's amazing. These, because I actually, like with the stack and sell, they were showing a demonstration on stage. And one of the founders, Josh, I think his name was Josh Anderson,
Yes.
he actually picked me out the crowd because I was like this waving. I got to be one of the first ones to actually use the website, which was pretty cool. Very simple, all of our graded coins, which usually are anywhere from like the MS69 to MS70. You just scan that little barcode right there, puts it right into your app, tells you what you paid for it, tells you what the current market value is, which usually is what somebody last sold that coin for. Obviously, you can, ask more than the market value. With coins, it's what you and the collector want to make for that agreement. Like I needed some money from Salt Lake City, so I sold my first Caesar coin. This cost me about $350. This is the second. This is the Brutus coin. So I sold the first one for $700. So I made a profit, double my money within month and a half time frame. Now that doesn't happen all the time. It's just one of my stories. Kim made some money selling one of her animal series.
Oh yeah. So I had, what was it? It was the California grizzly bear. And I had just gotten it. I was excited. I posted it. And somebody reached out to me and they're like, hey, are you selling that? And I go, I don't know, like how much? And literally she wanted it because her aunt was collecting the series and she hadn't had that one yet. And the aunt was really excited to get it. And she paid me almost double what I paid for it. So I was like, hey, I'm getting my money back. That's cool. And I made somebody like happy. And that's what I love. I love helping people out. And then what was really cool, she helped me out later because she was showing off a Star Trek 2016 Enterprise coin. I should have brought it with me, but it's amazing. I'm not getting rid of that one. It came in a big box, all this fun stuff. But I reached out to her and I was like, hey, how much for that one? And she gave me a really good price. And then I sent it through Sound Money Wallet. Everything was happy. She mailed it to me and she made my day. I made her day. And now we're best of friends. And we love to share stuff together. It's interesting. It's a community. But there will always be collectors.
Yes. So that's what the Facebook group, since, the app's not available to everybody yet, and the app was even available back then, app website. So I was actually at our business partner, Alicia. She does a lot of live presentations. And the one guy, his name is Chris Latin. He had a lot of coins. He's also trains people at nighttime how to use night vision. Awesome guy, amazing guy. So he had one of these sitting on the table with a Spider-Man coin, which I fell in love with. So somebody was actually selling the scoop for $200. So the same thing, I sent them $200 to Sound Money Wallet. As soon as he seen the money, he sent me the coin with the tracking, had the coin within like 4 to 5 days. And that's the best thing about this company is you can trust people. They're not going to rip you off. They're not going to try to sell you fake silver. Because me and Kim actually did the event for the veterans, veterans awareness, suicide awareness, where I think it was every 61 minutes a veteran kills itself, which is very sad. I did not know that was happening. you know, 'cause me and Kim, we also try to support veterans. That's one of our big things we do when we do our events. So this guy came up to me because we had a display. I had all, you know, my different silver coins, you know. Said, oh, can I buy this? I said, well, actually, these are just for display. They're not for sale. Because he bought some coins for his granddaughter. His granddaughter needed some money, went to go sell them at a coin shop, and they were fake. He was telling us. So, you know, that's another big thing with this industry is, you know, there's a lot of scammers out there, especially with the elderly. They lose millions and millions of dollars every year to scammers, which is, you know, very
Very
sad.
sad.
Yes.
And it's really sad there's people out there that go to these dealers locally. I had a girl at an event, a networking event, and I was talking about the silver, and she was like, hey, my grandma just passed away. We were going through her attic. We found this box that probably was from like World War II. Like it was crazy. And she goes, I found all these coins, and a bunch of like silver nickels and dimes and things like that. She goes, which dealer should I take it to? And I said, actually, with our membership, I would trust our dealers much better because locally they're going to look at that, and if it's a really good deal, they'll be like, oh yeah, this is all right, you know, I'll test it, and they can give you whatever amount they want, and then on top of it they take their cut. Whereas with our membership, like I did, I took a picture of the coins that I got for like $4 at this event, and I sent it off in an email, and the company looked at it, you know, through my membership, and they were like, hey, we'll give you $200 for it. This is what this one is. This is what this one is. This is what this one is. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Like I spent like $60 and they'll give me $200. That's amazing. And if I wanted to go through with that, I would mail in my coins to them. They would double check and make sure everything was, you know, up to par and verify it. And then they would say, hey, actually, you know, they would let me know, well, actually, or hey, actually, you know, and then we would barter. And if I wanted what they would give me, they would just put in my Sound Money wallet and keep the coins. Or if I wanted my coins back, they would mail it back. But so I was telling her that she should get a membership and at least just send the coins away, some pictures, and see what the company says. Because then she doesn't have to wheel and deal locally and try to find, you know, the right dealer. And so I thought that was really cool. And me and Jerry are going to make a video here soon. Now that things are opening up and, you know,
No more masks.
Yeah, everybody's getting back to breathing. Go figure. But we are going to go into a local dealer and take the coins that I have and maybe some of his and see, you know, ask them like, how do they test? What do they test? Like, what's the process? Like, what are they looking for? And like really understand what's out there for, you know, normal people, like collectors. And then we're going to see what he gives us as a price and then compare the two. I want to keep the coins because I think they're freaking amazing. And
it's
I
silver.
do want to know, yeah, I do want to know like what they're worth and what they are and things like that. So I thought we're going to do a video like that. So that's going to be really cool. But yeah, like what treasure do you have that you just don't know you have? Like, you know, there's certain coins, before 1947, correct?
No, before 1965.
Yeah. See, that's why I have a
1960
Jerry.
1964 and earlier, everything was 90% silver. Nickels were 90% silver for only a couple of years, and I believe that was during the wartime when they needed the nickel and the copper, because they had to make pennies into steel because they needed the copper for the war. And I know I think 1944 was the last year they stopped making the copper pennies. No, 1943. But what happened at the U.S. Mint, one of the mints, they still had one of the dies that was loaded with steel, so some steel pennies got out. So if you have steel pennies, I believe from 1944, I was watching this on porn stars the other day.
See, that's sometimes fast and get in trouble.
And those coins are worth like $50,000 each because there's only, I think, like maybe 80 of them in the world left now, which is kind of crazy. Like this I actually found one day when I was cleaning out my closet. It said 1893 Indian head penny. I was going to bring it with me to Salt Lake City, you know, but I totally forgot. So I'm actually might bring this when me and Kim go to do our little coin thing at the coin shop just to see what it's worth. You know, I looked online, you know, depends on you know, the state, you know, if it's uncirculated, circulated, if it's in-state, you know, which ranges, you know, I think this is like $10, but it could be worth up to 200 depending on the condition. So who knows what it's worth until I get it checked out.
Yeah, they were showing a gold coin. I forget the date, but it was worth $10 million.
Yes, that was the one of the coins Miles Sanders created too. I think
Yeah.
that was the highest coin he ever created. That was pretty cool. Yeah, it was one of the gold eagles from the very early days of the US.
Yep. So me and Jerry too have a group on Facebook if you want to join. It's Lifestyle with Silver Adventures because life is an adventure. It's for coin collectors. It's for people that have questions. We have some great little videos in there, some information from Miles Standish, some of his videos. And if you just want to get to know, there's even a thing for kids. So if you go ask, you know, reach out to me or Jerry, we'd love to add you to the group. There's even a really cool video on how the kids can start their collection. So it's just information and a way for all of us to start our coin adventures.
And silver comes in all types of forms. This is actually just a silver bar that the company made into American flag. They sold that real quick. You know, pretty cool. I like to keep it in the plastic so it doesn't get oxidized and like we see fingerprints on everything. But you know, this is worth about probably $30, I think is the spot value right now for an ounce of silver.
Yep.
And you have your MS70s. These are perfect condition, no impurities whatsoever, uncirculated. This is a Pennsylvania. This one is worth about $140 right now. Might be worth more. This went to last year. We're not going to speak on that though.
Yeah,
Like,
so again, if you're watching this and you want to reach out to me, if you're watching this on Jerry's, reach out to him. We're a team, and I love the way this company is kind of like structured too. What Jerry does helps me out, so I'm always about, you know, helping other people out because it helps everybody out. Everything moves up, so that's really exciting. And there's people that are members on my side and his side that have points, and when their points accumulate to a certain amount at their level, they get paid, and they send the money to the Sound Money wallet, and it's backed by gold and silver. So it's a win-win, and it's a lot of fun. So we'd love to share more with you. Thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, drop them below, and may the adventure of coin collecting be in your favor.
Everybody have a great Memorial Day weekend.
Yes. Thank you for all who have sacrificed and served.